I'm Taylor Bishop.
And I'm Bray Baker. We have some good and bad news for FAMU and Florida State's commuters. The newly renovated version of FAMU Way will finally be opening up tomorrow, but Wanish Way and Eugenia Street will be closed until October 15th, right in time for the start of FAMU's homecoming. The road is closing to give construction workers enough time for the roadways to be completed and to be connected to the existing work. For more information on detours and road maps, please visit talgov.com and search FAMU Way for updates. Staying with FAMU news, FAMU officials have announced that they've reached a settlement with the family of deceased former Marching 100 drum major Robert Champion. Champion passed away in November of 2011 at the Florida Classic in Orlando after he was brutally beaten during a hazing incident. FAMU and Champion's family have agreed on a $1.1 million settlement.
And health inspections are critical for public food establishments. Customers are concerned on how effective these inspections are. Multimedia journalist Mary Chastain tells us more.
Eating out is common for the average college student, but the question is, are they enjoying their meals in a clean environment? The Division of Hotels and Restaurants inspects all public food service establishments according to the risk-based inspection frequency. Manager Tony Footman for a local restaurant here in Tallahassee tells us how they keep their restaurant in good condition.
Our employees first go through a safety procedure. It's online. It's a course that they take so that they can know what needs to be cleaned, how does it need to be cleaned, what needs to be stored at a certain temperature. Each employee has a set time where they go back and they know, okay, we need to do this while the business is slow.
The risk-based inspection frequency program says each public food service establishment is given an assessment of a 1 to 4 risk level based on inspection of compliance history, the type of food and preparation, and the service. Kadira Allen, a frequent diner, gives her perspective on health inspections for local restaurants.
I think that health inspections could be a lot more thorough in their process and how they go about checking and inspecting restaurants.
According to DBPR, health violations are judged off of numerous categories, some including food obtained from an approved source, parasite destruction for raw undercooked animal products, and food not being reserved. Health inspections occur based on the maintenance of the facility. If you're a restaurant owner, remember to keep it clean. I'm Mary Chastain for News 20 at 5.
A complaint has been filed against local Tallahassee Police Chief Michael DeLeo over his relationship with a police investigator. According to Sergeant Brian Davis, who was arrested in March after being found in a hotel room with a prostitute, their relationship has been causing a disruption, within the department. In Davis's 7-page complaint, he stated the dating relationship between DeLeo and the investigator is in a violation of state policies, state law, and the department's general orders. Davis is currently being charged with misdemeanor, solicitation of a prostitute, and is set to stand trial later this month. And with the beginning of the fiscal year around the corner, city commissioners discussed the 27% property tax increase with the Republican Diversity Coalition. Multimedia journalist Brea Baker has more.
Before the preliminary budget hearing Wednesday night, the Republican Diversity Coalition of Tallahassee met with City Commissioners Scott Maddox and Curtis Richardson to discuss the proposed tax increase. Residents and students voiced their concerns about the 27% property tax hike. The main concern of the residents was the financial burden that increase posed to small business owners, homeowners, and student housing communities. The tax increase proposed by City Manager Anita Thompson is to help fund 18 new officers for the City of Tallahassee's Police Department. Member of the RDC, John Paul Bailey, believes other options should be explored in order to alleviate the strain on the residents.
Well, I'd just like to say that I think that we don't need this tax increase at this time. I mean, I can see that we can find places in the budget that we can.
The final public hearing and vote concerning the budget will be held on September 24th at 6 p.m. in the City Commission chambers in City Hall. Brea Baker, FAMU TV 20.
For more updates on the budget or to receive an agenda for the upcoming budget hearing, visit talgov.com. And as a state, Florida hit a 44-year low last year as it pertains to crime. But Tallahassee currently leads the state with a 775 violent crimes per 1,000 residents. More than 88% of Florida communities have a lower crime rate than Tallahassee. Across the state, reported crime has decreased by 5% from 2013. However, Leon County's crime rose 7%, making it the city with the highest crime rate in America, according to NeighborhoodScout.com.
Now for our 5-day forecast. On Tuesday, it will be partly cloudy with a few afternoon thunderstorms. The high is 87 and the low will be 67 degrees. On Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, we'll be seeing sunny skies, where the high will be 88 and the low will be 67 degrees on Wednesday. Thursday, the high will be 87 degrees and the low will be 66 degrees. And on Friday, the high will be 88 degrees and the low will be 66 degrees. And that's all today for the weather. I'm Shakoria Burns, and thank you so much for joining. Now back to you all at the desk.
Welcome back to News 20 at 5. I'm Travis Milton with your sports. The Florida A&M University Rattlers took on the Bulldogs of South Carolina State University Thursday as they took their first conference loss on the season with a 36-0 defeat. The Rattlers are still winless on the season as they prepare to take on the Tennessee State Tigers Saturday at 6 p.m. for the first home game of the season. And the FAMU volleyball team struggled early on in the season, but are hopeful as they prepare for conference play.
The Rattlers volleyball team are still in search for their first victory on the season. Saturday, the Lady Rattlers faced the Lady Aggies of Texas A&M as they went 0-3 in a best-of-5 match. Head coach Tanio Trifanoff says that the team made a lot of errors, which ultimately costed them the game.
I think we made a lot of errors. I think that the talent level and the skill level is pretty much there with Texas A&M. We just made way too many errors in a row. Might have been because it's a new rotation again. We got some players injured. We haven't practiced. We have to make adjustments in the lineup. So you can tell that the skills are there. It just we're not making plays, and that's what it comes down to sometimes. And we're making a lot of unforced errors, and all those errors, they usually don't happen, but it's early in the season, so hopefully by conference play we'll start eliminating them. And then when you're playing against a good team and you're making consecutive errors, one after the other, then when you start playing rally after rally, sometimes you're going to lose some of those rallies.
The Rattlers have faced many teams ranked in the top 25 or better, so they feel that their level of play is there.
Even though Coach Trivanoff's Rattlers have struggled early on in the season, they still believe they're ready for a championship.
I think these top 25 teams, top 50 teams make us ready for conference. I think that this is getting us ready for a championship, and I think it's great that we're playing these teams. These teams have a lot of experience and have gone to NCAA and stuff like that, so I think it's really good for us and good for our competition level.
The Rattlers will enter conference play as they face the South Carolina State Lady Bulldogs on Friday. For News 20 at 5, I'm Travis Milton.
That's all we have in sports. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you for that, Travis. And coming up after the break, a quick recap on one of the many festivals that took place over the weekend. Stay tuned. You're watching News 20 at 5. And so that's going to do it for Shakoria, Travis, and I'm Taylor.
And I'm Rhea Baker. Thanks for watching News 20 at 5.